What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today we'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for strategy B with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So I didn't do an analysis yesterday for our favorite company because there wasn't much to say. We've been just trading sideways for the past month or so. You can see that this was back here in the candle is May 23rd, and today's candle is June 26th. So it's already been more than a month of just sideways nothingness. So the market is just balanced. It's in a balanced state right now with these micro trends between the 390 level and the 360 level. So it's just going back and forth between these two price levels, waiting to break out. So basically, you could have disappeared for 1 month, came back, and you wouldn't have missed out on anything. So really, not much has happened in the grand scheme of things. Looking at other technicals, you can see that price was below this downward sloping trend line. So that is new that we did see a break of it. So it's no longer in this, descending pattern. It looks like it's just more or less just trading sideways now. The EMA is pretty flat. We're waiting for price to choose a direction it wants to go in. Right now, it's waiting for some sort of catalyst, some sort of stimulus to jolt the price out of this balanced state that is currently stuck inside of. So let's see what happens. We're hitting the top side of the range. Range rules are that when we hit one side, we go to the opposite side. So we hit the bottom, we went to the top. Now, since we hit the top, we could go down to the bottom. However, there's a slight bullish trend line right here. So we're still above that. But if that breaks, then there's less likelihood that we will continue moving up higher. So as of right now, strategy's just been doing nothing for the past month or so. That's why I haven't been doing an analysis every day because it isn't much to cover on the technicals. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin treasuries list. Still number one. Most likely they'll be number one forever. But you do have new companies coming on board. So this ProCap BTC company, CCCM, this is a new one. Anthony Poplianos, ProCap BTC LLC, buys another 1,208 Bitcoin and now holds a total of 4,932 Bitcoin. So you see that their holdings, I think they bought more than GameStop so far. So again, these companies are coming on board. It's a battle. It's a ranking board, and they want to continue to hold the best asset in the world. They want to protect their purchasing power. They want to future-proof themselves. MetaPlanet also added another 1,000 plus Bitcoin this week, 1,234. So since basically early May, they've been buying 4 digits. So from a very small company, they've been aggressively purchasing Bitcoin. So they rocketed past Tesla, and I think they might have already been above or below HUD. Yeah, they've already been above HUD 8, but they took over Tesla. They're just behind CleanSpark, and then just behind US Galaxy. So they can get into the top 5 with just another one of those buys. They'll be easily in the top 5, which is pretty impressive for a small little company. Anyway, so I'm just bringing that up because, these companies are aggressively buying, and MicroStrategy will continue to aggressively buy as well. Let's take a look at Bitcoin's chart. And Bitcoin, it's trying to break out higher. I mean, this does look likely to break out higher. This trend line, is it in the way? I don't think so. It's so shallow that it might not even do anything. And I like how the correction is over. So we saw one leg down right here, potentially over. Second leg down, target was met, and that can mark to the center of the pattern for another leg up. So we have one leg up, 2 legs down, can lead to another large leg up. That would take price right around to 135 by early August. So is that going to happen? We'll see. This thing is also just chopping sideways, and that's why MicroStrategy is also just chopping sideways. So just a whole lot of nothing in the Bitcoin world as of right now. So let's see what happens. Another thing I want to cover is that Bitcoin is near its all-time high, but MicroStrategy is not. MicroStrategy's all-time high technically is right here at 543. So that is the technical all-time high. However, I would say this is more likely to be the highs right about here. the 430s. Why? Because that's where price was getting rejected from more times than once. So several times price came to this level and got rejected. This was just kind of, you could say, an anomaly or a rarity or an outlier in the chart where we did see a breakout higher for one day. It hit 543 and then it closed on the same day 396. So that's kind of an outlier. I would say, this is technically still, that is a technical high, but this is still kind of near its all-time highs. If you just play it by where it was being tested from several times, this 430 level. So we're kind of near as high as 2. MicroStrategy is near as high as 2, like Bitcoin. So I would say that's kind of once we break probably the 440s, is not a lot of resistance to the 540s and even higher from there. So looking for a breakout. Let's see what happens. Whole lot of nothing has been happening, but it's not going to last forever. Just got to be patient and see what happens. Let's go to the weekly chart and let's go to the log scale. Still an uptrend. That has not changed. It's just been a very drawn out uptrend, taking its time, longer than expected, but that's fine as well. We have this trend line right here. We have this trend line. We just got a bounce from it or came very close to it. Depending on how you draw it, you can make it fit. So it's still above the EMA, still above the trend lines. We haven't even seen, the third angle set yet. So overall, it's just still trying to move up higher. And this is setting a nice structure for continued higher prices. If you see price just, accelerate moving up higher, then, it has a big move down in the future that can occur. But if it has this structured pattern, that tells me that the next bear market probably won't be that harsh as it once was. This was a bear market of about 90%, and this bear market might be 80%. One last chart to look at. Let's take a look at the monthly chart. This month is about to close. And basically, very small candle. It's one of the smallest ones in this, practically in this entire bull trend. You could say that this candle right here was pretty small right here, but that range was probably bigger than what we're seeing right now in terms of percentage. This range is very small in percentage. In terms of dollars, yes, it's large, but in terms of percentage, it's one of the smallest ones in this entire bull market. So it's been a very quiet month. Summer is, typically quiet because a lot of people take summer off and they go traveling. These kids get out of school, people go to their summer homes, whatnot. So that's why markets are typically quiet, the summer times. That's why they call it the summer chop. And right now it looks like it is playing out to be a quiet summer so far. So let's see how this develops, but things are still going according to plan. We're still on track for 4 digits in the future, not in the distant future, in the near future. So we have this nice 2-tiered channel in play, still respecting it. And let's put a vertical line where January 1st is right here. So typically Bitcoin tops out at the last year, the 4th year in the end. And there's a good chance MicroStrategy can do the same as well. So we have July, August, September, October, November, and December. So that's 6 months left. So can he get to these higher prices probably within 6 months? Probably not. It might be a little shifted over, translated over. So it may be like maybe April, May of next year. I can definitely see that happening unless the trend picks up. So it could be, let's say, let me go and clone these bars. Let's say we do something similar to what we have been seeing, something like this. You carry it over. So yeah, it could take up until another year for price to get to $4,000. I was expecting it this year, but if we keep on moving at the same pace that we've been at, it would be later next year, which is still whatever, it's still fine. As long as it gets there, as long as it doesn't take 10 years, as long as it takes maybe another couple of months, it's not a big deal at all. So let's see what happens. Typically, the trend picks up, though, as it matures, so it might not take that long. Let's say maybe it's between the end of this year and the middle of next year, so maybe like March, April is when we see a top. So let's see what happens. Well, that's my analysis on the daily and weekly charts and monthly charts for strategy. And that's all I have. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.